keeps falling. Alrighty, what's up, people of the world? This is a weird fucking camera angle for me to be in, but because I'm setting my phone on my laptop stand, even though my tripod's right over there. But I don't know, just thought I'd try something different. What's up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and welcome to another belated Casa Grande's episode review. I'm very sorry I've been delaying these videos. I don't know, I just decided to, I was going to upload all these last week, but I don't know, I just didn't have the gumption to do it. I just didn't have the gumption to make these particular videos. I don't know why. But, mostly because I haven't seen some of these episodes in a long time. But, today I'm reviewing the episode Monster Cash. Now, this episode, it's very interesting. It happens to star, Carl, my favorite character in the Casa Grandes. My favorite Casa Grandes family member, actually. And, yeah. So, there's the main focal point in this episode that really drives the whole plot is this mythical beast known as El Cucuy. It's this mythical tale. It's basically like the Hispanic boogeyman. It's pretty much what it is. And you know, it's funny. I'm surprised I've never heard of El Cucuy, considering my mom's side of the family is all Hispanic. Puerto Rican and Cuban, to be exact. So yeah, I'm very surprised I didn't know about El Cucuy until very recently. But anyway, the plot of this episode is as follows. Carl hosts a haunted tour that's based on El Cucuy, like I said, which is actually a tale told by Abuela in this episode. I forgot, and learns that this story may not be fiction. So yeah, Carl, this is an episode, excuse me, sorry, I'm clearing my damn throat a lot, but this is an episode where, we see Carl, you know, up to his old shenanigans again, because if you know Carl, he's, I don't know, kind of a little bit of a manipulator, a little bit. He's also always trying to find a way to make a quick buck, and that's what drives Carl to host the haunted tour, because Margarita at the beginning of the episode, she talks about how excuse me. She talks about how when she went to New Orleans, I think, she went to this like haunted ghost tour, and then that's what gave Carl the idea to host a tour, based on the aforementioned El Cucuy, and so yeah, he hosts a tour on this little like I forget what kind of vehicle it is, but it's it actually might be the damn vehicle from the zoo, actually, that he got Stanley to drive around the city at night with. I think that's what he rode around in, if I'm not mistaken. Like, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but so yeah. Flash forward, Carl. I know I'm skipping something I'm forgetting, but he tells everybody about this tour. I think he gives every people these flyers, and he gives a bunch of guests these flyers to go on this tour of I'm talking about El Cucuy, like I said, and you know, trying to scare his we'll call them customers. Trying to use El Cucuy's name to make a quick buck, and so we can, like, you know, get rich one day from doing like haunted ghost tours. So yeah, there's one part I like that I find particularly funny, where Carl and Adelaide are interacting, and at one point Adelaide says, "Don't you dare!" That was like probably my favorite part of the whole episode for me. It was one of my favorite moments, without a doubt. I wish Carl and Adelaide would interact more. To be honest, they've interacted a little bit. Namely in like they've interacted namely in episodes where Carl is the main focus. But I'm getting a little bit off topic. So yeah, fast forward to the tour. The participants of the tour are let me see. Hold on. All right, there we go. The participants of the tour. Damn it, where are they? This is a little bit of my behind the scenes process. Sometimes I look at the wiki page while I'm recording. Yeah, you can probably tell from the glare on my face and my glasses. But yeah, so the people on the tour are Ronnie Ann, Bobby, Adelaide, and Vito, the old guy, and so the tour seems to be going well for Carl, and then later on, once the tour is over with, keep in mind I forgot to mention this, but Abuela, he told Carl to clean his room, otherwise El Cucuy will show up to terrorize him until it does so, and Carl ignores this, and then after flash forward back to the tour, once the tour finishes, at one point, El Cucuy shows up, and then Carl, and he's like, oh, that's just, oh, haha, very funny, Ronnie Ann. And then Ronnie Ann shows up because Carl ditches Ronnie Ann during the tour at one point. She ditches her at like a hot dog stand, like the hot dog stand that she normally goes to. I forget why he even does that, but that was such a dick move on Carl's part. So yeah, Ronnie Ann is running. She's walked like I don't know how many blocks back home. She said, "If I wasn't so tired from walking, I would kick your butt." Or she says something to that. She says something just like that, and it's at that point Carl realizes, oh, this. He starts to get concerned, and then after a while he realizes that this monster is the actual El Cucuy, at least in his mind, because so after that El Cucuy chases him all over the place and back to his room, and El Cucuy tells him to clean his room, and he tells him something else. Yes, I was right. He tells him to give everybody that was on the tour a refund and for their troubles, and Carl promises to do more chores more often, and El Cucuy then proclaims to Carl that he sorry, I'm clearing my throat a lot throughout the whole video. El Cucuy tells Carl to listen to his abuela more often, and yeah. So after that, El Cucuy shows up at the hot dog stand, and then he freaks out the dude at the hot dog stand, and El Cucuy winds up to be none other than Abuela in disguise to get Carl to respect her more. I mean, I knew somebody was disguised as El Cucuy. For like half a second, I thought El Cucuy might have been real within the show, but then I would after like a half a second I knew somebody was trying to scare Carl by dressing up as El Cucuy, but I wasn't exactly sure who was, and when it turned out to be Rosa, and as at that point I was like, I should have known it was Rosa dressing up as this monster. But anyway, aside from all that, aside from my disjointed review of the episode, I really love this episode a lot. It's it's a strong Carl episode. I feel like Carl learns a good lesson. Sometimes he's one of those characters that has to learn lessons the hard way a lot of time, and pretty much like a good majority of the Loud family had to learn lessons the hard way for the first 1 or 2 seasons. And so yeah, all in all, this is a very good episode. It's a lot of fun, and I wasn't able to rewatch it for this review. I had to go back on the wiki in order to refresh my memory for a lot of things, but I definitely want to rewatch this again because it's a very entertaining episode, as all Carl episodes are, and as they should be, because Carl is, like I said, my favorite Casagrande's family member. So and Sergio's a close second. So yeah, overall, I like this episode. If you, I highly recommend it. Especially if you're a Carl fan, like if you're a fan of Carl, like I am. But with that, I'm done with this video. So if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make. And stay tuned for even more belated Casagrandes episode reviews. And stay tuned for a review for the WWE Elimination Chamber with I'm gonna do that video with somebody. I'm not sure who's going to guest star in that review, but we'll just have to wait and see. All that and more this week. So once again, I'm Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jones. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That is it for me, and I'll see you soon. And stay safe. And yes, wash your hands. Yeah. And also, most importantly, just stay positive. Please, can you do that for me? Yeah, just stay positive in these trying times that we're dealing with right now. It's about the only thing anybody can do, just to stay positive. I'm asking y'all that favor to, you know, keep the positivity alive, because it's what we need right now. So, yeah. Keep on with the positivity.